Welcome to my weekly show, How to Care for a Loved One with Dementia. Each week I share a practical tip for family caregivers. And this week I'd like to chat about a symptom of dementia that I hear a lot about from family members. And the medical term for what I'm going to chat about is called anosognosia. And what that means is that a person with dementia does not have self-awareness or insight into the fact that they have dementia. So a lot of times I'll hear people say, well, my mom or dad is just being stubborn, they're in denial, they won't accept that they have dementia. And that is not actually the case. So anosognosia is different than denial, although denial can also be coming into play. But with anosognosia, it's different in that the person isn't able to perceive any changes to their thinking abilities, to the way their memory works, to their behavior or their personality, or changes to their abilities to make decisions or have good judgments for themselves. And it's caused by damage to the brain. So the frontal lobe of the brain, which is right behind your forehead, is the part of the brain that allows us to have insight and self-awareness and to be able to perceive changes to ourselves and to see things from another person's point of view. So when damage to this part of the brain starts to take place, it may show up as this type of symptom where we think the person is in denial. But really it's different because denial is a choice that you make to accept or to believe something. And so this is not a choice that the person is making. They just cannot perceive any changes. So this can be challenging for family members because it can be difficult, first of all, to get the person to even go to a doctor to get help. And even with a diagnosis from a doctor, they still will not have the insight or awareness. So they'll say, well, the doctor doesn't know anything, he doesn't know me, or he doesn't understand, or he's out to lunch, I'm never going back to that doctor, and you guys are all, out to lunch. And the problem will be with everyone else, not with them. And so they may even get defensive or angry with you if you try to point out what the doctor said or point out anything that's been going on in terms of what you've observed, etc. So the tip here is not to argue and not to try to convince the person that yes, they have dementia because this is what the doctor has told them. So instead, what you want to do is listen to the person, empathize with how they're feeling, if they're frustrated or angry or upset that this is going on with what people are saying about them. Accept that they don't have the awareness, that the part of the brain that allows self-awareness is undergoing changes, and the brain changes are due to dementia. So it's part of the illness. So accept that and then partner with the person. So one of my mottos is always to connect, not correct. So try to connect and partner with the person when it comes to getting them to accept help of any kind or to make any changes that you feel are necessary to help keep them safe or functioning independently. So always try to pose it in terms of their goals and what they want for themselves rather than what you think they need. Okay, so I'll leave it at that. Again, I hope that's helpful and helps to create some acceptance of what is going on with your loved one if this is something that you've experienced. If you're watching on Facebook, please like my page, Keji Consulting. If you're on YouTube, please hit subscribe. Thanks very much. Until next week, stay safe and well. Bye-bye.